Hello students, Miss Lockhart here. Let's add some fluffy soft clouds in the sky. And then next, you'll see how to make a really cool leaf rubbing to create a bumpy leaf texture at the bottom. So to create clouds, first, what we need to do is make curved lines. Well, it's one line, and then you make lots of curves and you bring it all the way around and then above it, and then connect your curved line where you started. So I'll show you again. So I'm going to start at the top of this cloud and do a curve and then another curve, and bring it around the bottom. And the bottom is a little flatter on this one. Okay, and then it's curved again up the top until it meets the very first part of the line. You can really make your clouds look however you want. They're organic shapes, they're free-form shapes, so really they can be any shape. Now I'm going to turn my paper because I want to make sure that I'm coloring only in one direction. So I want to color up and down like that because I want to make sure that that one direction is all I have. If it crosses, the texture gets a little too rough. Okay, so I'm starting to fill in my cloud, and let me show you how I'm changing the pressure. So at the bottom, do you see how it's a little darker? That means I'm pressing down a little harder with my colored pencil. See how it's getting darker when I press down a little harder? And now, when I move closer to the middle of the cloud, I'm going to press down a little lighter so that it's not as dark. And then when I get closer to the top of the cloud, I'm going to leave some of the white paper showing and just hardly press down at all with my colored pencil so that it is very light. And now I'm going to repeat that step over here on the next cloud. So it'll be darker at the bottom, a little bit lighter in the middle, and then even lighter at the top. Try to just color in one direction too. Okay. So it's darker at the bottom because I'm pressing down a little harder, and in the middle it'll be a little bit lighter. Don't forget you can pause the video whenever you'd like. Okay, you can see I'm getting closer to the top of the cloud, and I'm going to really be light. Have a light pressure so that I don't make it too dark. The bottom of the cloud is going to be darker. So I'm just going back over the bottom of the cloud and the middle of the cloud. I want to make sure that I fill in those spots. Okay, that does look pretty soft, like a soft cloud. And now I'm going to do it again on the third cloud. I'm going to press down harder at the bottom so that it's darker, and then change my pressure and make it lighter the closer up to the top of the cloud I get. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and start to color it darker down here at the bottom. And notice I'm trying to stay that one direction when I'm coloring. So you don't just scribble go all directions. You try to keep it in one direction, and there we go. As I bring my blue up toward the top of the cloud, it gets lighter, and down here it's going to be darker because we're at the bottom of the cloud. Okay. All right, so I finished my clouds. Stay tuned. The next step is going to be the fun leaf rubbing where you have bumpy texture that represents a leaf. Oh, but first I want to make sure I color the chameleon's eye You can leave it white or you can color it in. Thanks for following along. Have fun. You have one more part to do with the leaf rubbing if you'd like. Hello students, Miss Lockhart here. Here are some more fun ways you can add texture and color your drawing. Notice the materials I have in front here. A leaf, yes, a leaf, and some crayons. I'm gonna pull out some colors that would look really nice. I've got a light green, what else would look nice? A dark green, and I think I'm gonna pull out a brown. I'm just gonna end up using one color though. And if you are working from home, make sure you have permission before you find a leaf. If you're at school and you want the leaf texture and you don't have a leaf, you can always draw the texture. Okay, now you'll see me peeling off the wrapper here to the crayon. That's okay. Your crayon is still perfectly functionable and you can still use it to color after this. So you'll need to put your leaf underneath. Now notice how the underside of the leaf is up. So the part that's bumpy is up close toward the paper, not toward the table. And when you put it underneath, make sure you can feel it so you know where it is. Now when I use this little crown here, I'm holding it down flat, not at the point. So I'm not holding it normally like you would a crayon. I'm actually keeping it flat on the paper. And I am standing up and I am pressing down with my body weight and moving around my art table so that I can get a good position and really be able to press down over my leaf. Now I'm going to reposition it because I do want to fill up most of that white space below that tree branch. And I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm just going to have to be careful and know where my leaf is and try not to color over my chameleon. Because if I put green over his tail, it'll change the color of his tail, won't it? I don't think it'll matter too much if I put green on top of those green leaves. Probably won't see it very much. Okay. I have a little bit more white space, so I'm gonna try to fill it with my leaf underneath the paper, and I'm gonna do the rubbing again until I fill up the space. You can even fill in white space if there isn't a leaf underneath, just so that it doesn't look so white. Okay, wow, look at that leaf texture. It sure does look realistic, doesn't it? Because it's from a real leaf. Okay, now I'm going to try to skip over this green leaf when I rub the texture from underneath. I'm going to skip that green leaf. I could have gone over it, but it'll just look nicer if I skip it. See how I'm filling in that white space up to the branch? Okay, well that looks pretty cool. I think I want one leaf texture coming up from the top of the branch. And I'm gonna look around and see if there's any more spots that I want to fill in with texture instead of leave white. You can do as many or as little of these leaf rubbings as you would like. You don't even need to do one at all. You can just draw leaves, or you could leave it blank if you like it how it is. And now I'm going to put it up here so I can see a leaf coming off the top of the branch. Okay. I think this is about finished. I hope you had fun with me drawing along, making different textures. And I do want to add one more thing. I want to add a sun, because I bet you that iguana is sunbathing. So, oops. That Baroque, I'm gonna get another orange or a red orange. Okay, here we go. Just gonna do a circle, and notice how I'm going around and around and around. I'm making kind of a thick line, and then I go into a spiral. You can make your sun look however you want. Okay, and now for some yellow. Oh, I'm just not having the best of luck with my color pencils today. Let me get a different yellow real quick. I'm going to put yellow on the top so it's brighter, and then I want to do a ring of yellow around the outside to really make it look like it's bright and warm. Okay, everyone, thanks for following along. I cannot wait to see your drawings. Hold on to them. I will need you to submit your artwork, so please look at the instructions within the assignment in Schoology in your art course. Bye, everyone.